Now we're starting on the cylinder head removal. We've got to identify all of these caps. They all go in one specific location, or they have to go back in the same place they came out. If they aren't marked, you need to mark them. These are already marked with two little dots and an eye over here for intake. And so we know where each and every one of them goes. We have to get these off, all of these off, and keep them in, well, they're already marked, so we're in good shape. Then before we can get to all of the head bolts. Head bolts are underneath. You can't see them, yeah. There's one straight down in there. If we had the light, you might be able to see it. Down there. So let's start on the ends and work our way toward the metal. You get in trouble if the cam lobes down trying to push a valve open, but we've already got all the timing off of it, so it's not pushing anything down. Whatever was trying to push back is already pushed back. Notice how I was crisscrossing, and that's that. Oh, I forgot the front one. We keep them together. Being a little tight coming off. I remember they were tight right here. Some of them were. So this is, be careful where you pry. So we've got, in the lab I would have to check all of these just for the practice. The flash pads, remember, for the thickness, which is going to be, yeah, these also have numbers in them. I've not found any consistency on those yet. This one has an N402 in it. And it also has a V119, 719. Means something. I haven't found any information on it yet. So we have these made to keep them together. And I just took one out here. So these are marked I and E, so I'll try to keep them in order and by cylinder number. So they came up for a little bit reversed. I'll keep that straight. So this is number 1, 1 and 2, intake side. That's what these are. And then when we put it back together, they'll be going back in the same place. However, if we send Or so the one on my right always goes to the top. We send the head out, get some work done on that. These aren't going to be right. I've not sent one of these types of heads out to a machine shop. I don't know if they set these up. I don't know what the common practice is. These are Torx bolts in here holding the head on. And I'm going to go ahead and rip that out of there. I had requested deep well of these and got short. I have no idea what the mental logic on that is. So again, I'm breaking all the rules. Chrome adapter. I'm going to use a half-inch impact. This is the way I always do it. You've got to be really, really careful in Torx. When you use a half-inch impact, you want to be sure that your socket goes all the way into the head. When it's all full of oil and grind, you'll set up on top and you'll spin all the Torx teeth off of the socket and the bolt. And when you spin them off the bolt, then you've got a challenge on your hands because the head of the bolt stripped out. And it's down in a hole. That's a challenge. You can get it though. And it didn't seem like it went the right way. It's going the right direction. Just torque down. A lot recommend doing these the hard way, but you can get in trouble that way also. They're almost more likely to slip because you can't push down hard enough. When I'm pushing down hard and the impact hammers down, shocks the tension on the bolt, and it helps it come out. So in my experience, because we don't let students use impacts in the lab, we end up doing it the hard way, we do get in trouble. Especially when you lack experience, you know, you got to push down really, really hard. And you really need a long lever, extension breaker bar. We do have those. Okay, that's head bolts out. Be everything. Head should come off. You'll usually have to pry them, and you have to be careful. You look around for places like this. The lighting's not very good. I wish I could see it. Maybe on the other side. So you look around for places like this. This one actually has a little notch under it. Let me see if I can get us closer. You can pry up here. You want to be sure it's not a real thin edge that you're prying against or you'll break the aluminum. And that's a bad day. So the head is loose. Usually push it off with the bolts in it when you've got them all loose. Let's see if that'll work for me. It's pretty high. A couple of them still tight. That one. And see if they all lift out. If they lift out, I'm good. There's one right in the middle. Shoulder head off. Head gasket. A lot of things to analyze there. Head gasket. Here we go. This is an MLS gasket. You can see, maybe, there, see it comes apart. 2 layers of steel, MLS. This has been apart a couple of times. You can tell a lot by looking at the carbon tracks. especially if it's in between cylinders, you know, if it's clean, you know that it was leaking in between the cylinders. We see that often enough. Overheat one, it'll start doing that. These have been, the carbon rings broke up. You can see where the carbon builds up, where it's clamped down the seals. And there's a lot we can analyze. Looking at the tops of the pistons also.